systems go. Clear for liftoff. What is going on, Ship It Nation YouTube station? We are back and better than ever with another edition of the MLB show. I got my boy Matt in here with me. We were chopping it up before the show, talking about this 10-game slate. It's going to be a wild slate. Not a lot of great pitching, not a lot of great hitting. No Coors, no Vegas, no Sacktown, no Cincinnati. But you got a lot of Miami. You got a lot of Baltimore. You got a lot of parks we don't want to play batters in. No, I'll call them true aces. But, Matt, we talked a little bit pre-show. The big news of the day, I was sitting down at the table about 10:30 Central Standard Time when the King has deserted his homeland, going out to the Philadelphia, to the Sixers, make the East even that much tougher. Talk to me a little bit about that. Talk to me a little bit about everything else. What's going on, my man?
Yeah, always happy to see you. Fridays, fun shows for sure. Tough day as a Cleveland fan. Most people here were pretty convinced he was coming back home, but the longer it played out, the less convinced people were. So, yeah, did not expect Philadelphia, but clearly, as we talked about before, their starting five is loaded. They got a couple bench guys we like. They're definitely the team to beat in the East. I mean, hard to see if they stay healthy, how they're not honestly right there with the teams in the West, the top two, San Antonio and OKC. Oftentimes it takes more than 1 year, which I think is a big reason why he signed a 2-year deal. And it's funny because when he went to Miami, way back in, years ago at this point, they won the title in his second year. When he went to Cleveland the second time, they won the title in his second year. And when he went to the Lakers, they won the title in his second year. So I think he's aware of that and maybe look for good results this year and great results next year. Who knows? Maybe they win it all this year. Bummed as a Cleveland fan, but LeBron has earned the right to make that decision. As far as tonight's slate goes, yeah, a little bit murky. You don't feel too comfortable, but it's also a slate where we're going to have spread out ownership basically all over the board. So I'm a fan. I think it's a fun slate to play, a fun slate to break down. Yeah, I do like these type of slates. So excited to break it down with you, buddy.
Yeah, looking forward to breaking it down. And I'm going to put a little bit of an asterisk there next to his quote-unquote title in L.A., playing Joe's Pool Hall to win it in front of 0 fans. I got a little asterisk next to that title. Hey, but let's say hello to some people in chat. My boy Ricky in here as always. Pogen, DGen Stoner. He's got the plays. He's got Rip and Ham for no ham stash. He's got it all. Dad to be. Jordan's in here. What's going on, Jordan's? Gangrene as always.
I don't really understand the whole asterisk next to the title. I'm not gonna lie. I had to interject because you're not the only one that feels that way. But first off, I've heard plenty of people who played in the bubble say it was a harder, environment and the hardest championship that any team has ever won. So people in it think that way. And then also what's the asterisk about it? I don't even understand. They played.
No fans, didn't play on the road.
So what does that matter though? Why is that? I don't even understand.
Home court advantage matters.
But they won though. So the other team didn't have that either. It was an even environment for both teams playing, regardless of the circumstance.
Anybody could have won. You're always going to get an asterisk.
What do you mean anyone? I could say that about any year. You're saying that anyone could have won and you'd give them an asterisk. I understand that. But I just don't understand why personally.
It wasn't real basketball.
What do you mean? It was just so somehow no fans makes it not real. You're saying because there were no fans, it wasn't a real environment.
Yeah, it wasn't a real environment, and I don't remember the specifics, but I'm sure somebody missed some portion of the thing because they breathed too closely to somebody. had to sit out. Like, it's just the whole dynamic of it. Like, and I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember. I mean, that was an awful period of just life, right, in general. And I'm a LeBron hater, so I got to put an asterisk next to it.
That's fair. I think that's what it really comes down to. But honestly, like, I will recognize that it was different for sure. I just don't think it was any less worthy.
So what would your asterisk next to the Knicks be this year?
I don't have one.
You said you could put an asterisk next to every champion.
No. I was saying, like, trying to confirm what you were saying. And you were just saying that, like, you weren't making the point about the Lakers that you would say that about any team that won in the bubble. I wasn't saying that I would give every team an asterisk.
Yeah. I don't like LeBron. Gangrene's in the house. Lone Wolf. My boy Michael Peterson. What's up, Bob? How you doing? Jordan's in there saying something about Giannis, I would imagine. But let's see what Jordan's saying. Oh, I didn't know she went to Philly.
I mean, that
and it wasn't a full season. See, my boy Newlands and I are on the same page. Take that, Matt. Jordan says it wasn't a full season. I forgot about that. Yeah. It's learned over the season.
I don't think Newlands agrees with you.
Yeah,
I don't know if he agrees with you. I think he's just saying why you're putting an asterisk next to it. There's a big distinction we got to make.
It's not like your boy. It's not like Ham just arbitrarily put an asterisk. I think that's the general consensus.
Yeah, I'm with Justin.
Wouldn't you agree?
Here. Calling that, I don't know. I'm with Justin Sports here. Calling that bubble title fake is so chalky and negative EV at this point. Give it up.
Yeah, he's probably right. You're probably right, Justin. I got a lot of hate in my heart. I'm going to let it all out right now. LeBron, you're the king. You're the GOAT. Go to Philly, win you another one, then ride off into the sunset like the GOAT that you are. First game up on the slate, got the AT Aliens, the Braves. Going into Baltimore where right-handed bats go to die. You got Grant Holmes on the hill taking on Trevor Rogers. Matt, I hate playing righties in this park. They move the fences back. But do you see anybody in here you like? We got the confirmed lineups out. We got my boy Drake Baldwin leading off. Dylan Beavers getting the leadoff spot tonight. Talk to me through this one. Braves at Baltimore.
Yeah, I think both these offenses definitely in play here. I mean, not good pitching on this slate, but neither of these guys stand out as looking like too appealing of an option. I don't hate either of them in like large field tournament type settings just because you're going to have to take risks on guys, especially to get different. But this game's mostly about the bats. Neither of these teams are my favorite stack on the board, but I like pieces from both, and I think you can make a case for both of them. Atlanta, we know how good they've been this year. They got power. They run. So they're always viable as a stack against a pitcher of Rodgers' quality. You know, he had a really good he's gotten by with smoke and mirrors in the past, but it's kind of caught up to him this year. He's still due for negative regression. Never a guy I mind picking on. Yeah. And then the Baltimore side against Holmes, who honestly is probably worse than Rodgers. You're right. It's not a great spot for right-handed bats, but you got Beavers leading off here. You know, Gunnar Henderson in there. I like Baltimore. I like Atlanta. I think I like them more as pieces or mini stacks than full stacks, but I wouldn't argue anyone that wanted to play them as a full stack here. I mean, there is no, as you've mentioned, Coors. There's no Vegas. There's no Sacramento. So
no Cincinnati.
No Cincinnati. So like all the better ballparks are off this slate. No Yankee Stadium.
No win game.
No win game. Yeah, exactly. So I think that both these offenses are wildly in play. Probably top 7 or 8 stacks on this board, higher depending on how you feel about it.
Yeah, it looks like the run totals are there, right? Evenly matched games. Supposedly the Braves bullpen is pretty good, but I think they gave up like 2 or 3 bombs in the innings, 7th, 8th, or 9th against the Padres. I just have a hard time stacking teams with some guy named Leody Taveras, Jackson Holiday, Christian Encarnacion, and Chadwick Trump are in your lineup. On the flip side, Elijah White, Joey Bart, and Jorge Mateo. You just can't stack those guys. Austin Riley's been terrible all year. I know he's been hotter as of late, but man, these are just brutal offenses in my opinion. So I disagree with you a little bit, and I'm playing either one of these teams.
You think that Atlanta's a brutal offense?
No, well, when you get to Austin Riley and Elijah White and Joey Bart and Jorge Mateo and no Ronald Acuna Jr., yeah, I think it's pretty bad. Now you got Olsen, Baldwin, and Harris. So, yeah, I'm in on them, but none of these other guys.
I get it. I mean, as we always know, tail all this time, if you will, I'm much more apt to play bottom of lineups than you are. That being said, hold on. Let me finish. That being said, these ones are ugly, and I'd only be playing them in like full Baltimore stat. Now, like, again, though, if I were playing 20 lineups tonight and I wanted to do like a couple Atlanta stacks, I'd include a couple of the guys that you would never play. But I don't think I'm going to play either of these teams tonight. I might, but I probably won't. And I'm not going to go hard enough where I want to play at the bottom of the lineup. So, yeah, there it is.
The Braves and the Orioles are two of the worst 5-man stacks, if not the worst 2 5-man stacks on the board, in my humble opinion.
You always got to take it just a step. Like, you always got to go a step too far with it.
I just got to be passionate with my take. Like, you cannot 5-man stack these teams. They're just not 5 good players.
Yeah, there is, for sure there is. But there's 5. I can't sit here and say with confidence I'm going to stack them. But, yeah, I mean,
when push comes to shove, you're not taking 5 of these names. You're just not.
You're not wrong.
Not doing it, I don't think. Let's move on to the next game, if you don't mind. We got the Guardians, my Guardians, going into Tampa to take on the Rays. Another bad ballpark. Guardians, Tampa, low total. You see it there on the screen. Angel Martinez, welcome back, batting leadoff tonight. No Jose Ramirez still. Bazana all the way down in the 6 hole due to the lefty-lefty matchup. And then Joey Cantillo, I played him, I think, last Sunday is when it was, maybe Saturday. He had a decent little outing there and then ran into some trouble in the 5th or 6th. Taking on this Rays team, we know we got Junior Caminero in there, beats up lefties at home. But talk to me about this one. Your Guardians in Tampa taking on the Rays.
So Jose Ramirez is back, but he's just not in the lineup tonight. And maybe that has something to do –
he played the other night.
Yeah, he played 2 games. Maybe that has something to do with them facing a lefty tonight or just a day off. I don't know. But, yeah, Angel Martinez back. Cantillo was pretty disappointing. I played him in that start also. Was decent to start and then just got –
I was going to say, yeah, started well against Pittsburgh, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty sure last Sunday.
Yeah.
I've played some of this Guardians lineup. It's funny. On that massive slate, like, must have been – I think it was last Monday night. It was a 14-game slate. The only game not on it was the Guardians and at home against the Twins. Joe Ryan pitching for the Twins. The Guardians hit 7 home runs in that game, 6 off Ryan, maybe 7 off Ryan. So team that has no power would have actually absolutely nuked the slate. So they're starting to feel it a little bit with Ramirez back, but he's not in there tonight, and I don't like them as much against the lefty. So I'm out on them here. I think you can play Angel Martinez as a one-off, but that's about it for me. The Rays, I mean, I like them. If I were to rank these 2 teams, I like them more than the Guardians, but not enough to stack. I mean, Caminero always. But, again, pieces at best for me. How about you?
Yeah, I don't believe so. Not tonight. William Carson is showing me love out here in the streets. Hey, man, I just don't think the Braves or the Orioles 5-man stack is going to be on top of the board.
I love Newens just like right after that with the arrows on. Like that. That's chef's kiss.
I got to find me 2 teams, and I haven't found them yet. It's not the Guardians. It's not the Rays. It's not my crummy Braves in Baltimore. Hopefully it's in this next game where we got the Dodgers fresh off their visit out of Washington, the nation's capital, to visit the President of the United States, going into the old Shea Stadium, now known as Citi Field. The lefty legend Sean Manaea taking on Roki Sasaka. Shohei projected to be in there. Did you see that video where Alex Call almost decleated Shohei with his spike? Anyway, he hit Shohei with his spike. But talk to me about this game. Dodgers at the Mets.
Yeah, so the Dodgers are always going to be in play. I like Manaea, I think, more than the field does. So I'm less apt to stack against them, and I don't like the Dodgers as much against lefties. So I think the Dodgers will be one of the highest owned teams on the slate. They're expensive, but there isn't really expensive pitching tonight. So I think the Dodgers get love here, and they're always going to be in play and one of the top stacks because they're the Dodgers and they have the best lineup in baseball. That said, I'm more in on Manaea than the field is. Not that I want to play him tonight. And I don't like them as much against lefties. So there are a couple other teams I like more than the Dodgers here. The Mets against Sasaki. I think Sasaki is definitely in play here. Very inconsistent. Talked about him a bunch. I really am a fan of his stuff, though. So on a slate without, good pitching options, I think he's got to be at least in play here at 7,300 against the Mets lineup that I have no issue using pitchers against. The Mets themselves, I think they have upside in tournaments as well because we know that when Sasaki is bad, he can be really bad. So if I were playing a ton of lineups, I'd have some Mets. But if I were playing one lineup, I'm more likely to have Sasaki than any Mets.
Yeah, over on FanDuel, the Dodgers are super cheap. I mean, even though Tani's only 4,100, so you can definitely fit them in if you want. Why do you have interest in Manaea? I'm interested to hear your take on him.
I don't have interest in Manaea. I just don't like the Dodgers as much because I
don't like him versus lefties.
Yeah.
And then I'm with you. Sasaki, when he's good, he's really good. When he's bad, I'd say he's pretty bad. This Mets team with Soto in there, Francisco Lindor, who's in the midst of some trade talks, hit a bomb a couple days ago. So I like this Mets team. I think this game can get up and down. I would say this game is better than the Orioles game. Would you agree or disagree? As a full game stack, like if it were saying, hey, it's going to score 10 plus runs.
No, I disagree. I think between the four teams, the Dodgers are the best stack, but I think the Mets are the worst stack. So
fair. Yeah.
But I don't know though. Like I think it's pretty clear the Dodgers are the best. I think the Mets have the lowest floor, but I don't think their ceiling is that low because Sasaki can be bad. So yeah, I guess in a game stack, because of how bad the bottom half of those other lineups are, I'll give it the nod to this game.
Is this Lewis Robert Jr.'s first game back, or has he been back?
He's been back for a few games. I know he was in and out, but he's been back for like a game or two.
Been bad. Okay. Moving on to the next game, another game that's going to be played in a tough ballpark to hit. Got the Padres. I normally would say they get a ballpark upgrade, but I don't think they do going to the Marlins Park. You got Herman Marquez, who has been pretty bad against Dax, Fulton. Should just be an opener, I believe. But Tatis hit a bomb the other night. This Padres offense, I would say, kind of got going in Atlanta, Matt. But talk to me about this game. Any love for any of these pitchers or any love for any of these bats going up against, I would say, two bad pitchers, but Padres at the Marlins?
Yeah, so you got Ryan Gusto, who's going to be pitching for the Marlins. He said he's coming in after a reliever, he said.
I believe so, but let me double check.
Okay. And then Marquez on the hill for the Padres. Yeah, I like both these offenses here. I like Miami. They're mired in a pretty bad losing streak, but I think they get out of it here. And this lineup sets up really well against Marquez. The ballpark concerns aren't nearly as high on this slate because we don't have a ton of the other good hitting spots as we've talked about. So, yeah, I don't want to go out of my way to pick on teams in this ballpark usually, but I think Miami's in a really good spot. San Diego's bullpen, which we know is really good, has been used a bunch recently, and they haven't even been good. They got hit around in that Braves series in high leverage spots. They've been used. I think the Marlins break out of it here. They're my favorite, sneaky stack on the slate. I don't think they get a lot of love. And then the Padres, I don't like as much, but they've also, found it. I mean, I like this team always better on the road, even in Miami. They've been good recently. They've won a couple slates. Tatis has started to turn it on. Machado started. All their guys that you would expect to be good have been good since the All-Star break. So I'm in on this game for offense.
What's your take on playing teams that are facing an opener like the Padres are? Does that matter to you at all? Are you factoring that into anything, or you don't really
Yeah, it
care?
matters for sure because I don't love it usually, but it's also not the type of thing where I'm not going to play the Padres because of it for two reasons. One, like, it's only one at bat for each of the guys. And I'm not necessarily scared of like Dax Fulton or whoever it is either. You know what I mean? I'd rather it not be that guy, but openers can get hit around too in the first inning.
Yeah. Good stuff there. I like both of these teams as well. Next game up on the slate, never the Blue Jays taking on the Red Sox. You got Pablo Sandoval on the hill for the Red Sox. Trey Savage, who's had, I'll say, a up and down year for the Blue Jays. Talk to me about this game. The Red Sox, losers of one straight, maybe two straight. I know their streak got broken the other night, but you got an AL East rivalry game going on in Beantown. Blue Jays at the Red Sox.
Yeah, I think Savage is in play here. I mean, I used Bradish against the Red Sox yesterday. He was pretty good. You got the letdown effect of finally coming off that long losing streak. Savage is risky, but you look at his game log, 20 plus in 3 of 4. Now he had -7 in the other one. So you want to tell me you like Boston as a contrarian stack? I get it. But on a slate without a lot of pitching, I could get on board with Savage in tournaments. I really could. I mean, you're looking at Logan Webb is going to be real high owned, in my opinion. And then probably like Gore and Dustin May and Bryce Miller. I like Savage just as much as those guys. And I think he's going to be lower owned. So I'm in on Savage. Like I said, if you told me you liked Boston in tournaments, I wouldn't argue with you. And then unfortunately for you, I think I like Toronto way more than you. Not that I love picking on Sandoval or that he's bad, but he's been out for much of the year. You get a massive ballpark upgrade for Toronto, and this lineup just sets up a lot better against left-handed pitching. Springer, Okamoto hitting third. Yeah, Toronto is definitely in play for me here. They're cheap. I like them.
I tried to talk up Toronto last Friday against the gas can known as Luis Castillo. They did nothing outside of your boy hitting a home run. The Blue Jays, I dare somebody to find me a main slate of 7+ teams where the Blue Jays were on the winner. They just don't do it. They just don't have the firepower. They don't hit the bombs. They don't steal the bases. George Springer this, Vladimir Guerrero that. They don't get it done. So I'm out on the Blue Jays. Red Sox, on the other hand, I'm in on the Red Sox. Taking on Trey Savage. Somebody put in the chat, he walks about half the daggum team. You got Wilyer Abreu. Wilson Contreras will smack the taste out of your mouth if you look at him wrong. Give me these Red Sox to get back on the winning track tonight and beat up on Trey Savage.
I disagree, but cool.
Moving on to the next game. Astros and your Dong Alvarez. What a daggum hitter he is. Spencer Arrighetti taking on the White Sox. We love the White Sox, Matt. Just in general. I don't know about tonight. I'm going to listen to your take on that. But the White Sox, man, what a fun offense to watch. What a fun team to watch this year. Taking on Davis Martin, the all-star. Tristan Peters in there batting 7th tonight. Talk to me about this game. Any love for any of these Astros taking on Davis Martin? Or you got these White Sox against a pitcher that you say is a AA pitcher in Spencer Arrighetti?
Yeah, I'm not an Arrighetti guy at all. I mean, the negative regression.
That's well documented on these shows.
The regression has already started to come, and I think it's only going to continue. So if you were going to ask me which game I like the most on this slate for a game stack, I would say this game. Both pitchers are prone to blow-ups. Big lefty power, both sides of this game. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bunch of home runs here. Now, both pitchers are good enough where, like, it's not like they're two gas cans. I mean, Martin had a really, really good first half. So you're talking about a guy, again, that was, really, really good this year. Arrighetti's been much better at home. So I think I like the White Sox side more. If I'm picking a side to stack, it's the White Sox side, and I do like them here. Of the teams we've talked about so far, I'm going to say my top 3 are the White Sox, Marlins, and Blue Jays.
Oh, wow. I'd be amiss. We talked about it a little bit last week, Matt, where we had Gage at home, and he'd been so bad at home all season long. He got lit up for 23 runs. Obviously, not him all on the same game. But my point is, Arrighetti's been really bad on the road the last two contests. Now we get the White Sox. The Astros are losers of 6 straight starts that Arrighetti has started. Hasn't gone past the 6th inning in any of those 6 starts. Give me these White Sox. I'm with you there. How highly owned and how much ownership do you think these White Sox will come with?
I don't think they're that highly owned. I think they're just middle of the pack, personally.
Yeah, and then the Astros, no one's playing them any chance outside of Jordan, any chance to stack any of these Astros? Sorry, I missed it earlier. Didn't get your full breakdown there.
I think the Astros are definitely in play as a stack. I don't like them as much as the White Sox, but Martin isn't a guy I'm like afraid to pick on. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he's been up and down. 8,800 on both sides. Moving on to the next game. You talked about Bryce Miller, going to be popular tonight. Most expensive pitcher over on DraftKings at 10,000, taking on Mackenzie Gore in this contest. Rangers lineup is out. Jock Jams leading off per usual at home against a righty. You said you like these pitchers, so talk to me about these pitchers and then talk to me about both of these lineups as well.
I don't really like Bryce Miller here, and I've been high on him this whole season. I mean, his stuff is really, really good, but he's another guy that's been a lot better at home. Still been good on the road, but not nearly as dominant. So I like Gore more here. Seattle has been bad against left-handed pitching. I think that Gore's floor is always going to be lower than basically anyone. I mean, he's like kind of Reed Detmers-like, not as good as Detmers. I trust Detmers more, but Gore has that type of upside, just a lower floor against a Seattle team that just is awful against left-handed pitching. So they got some guys in there that you're afraid of. Julio, Cal Raleigh. They're just not having a good year, this entire lineup. And I'm willing to go, I'm willing to pay to see them beat Gore here. I think Gore has a good outing, and I want to be on the right side of that. I don't love the ownership, but I don't think he's crazy highly owned. So I'm in on Gore. Yeah, it's definitely the type of slate where if you told me you wanted to stack against the chalky Gore, I wouldn't fault you at all.
Yeah, that's what I was between the
two. Yeah, between like Gore and Webb, who I think are the two highest owned, I'd much rather stack Seattle. That said, I think Webb is much higher owned than Gore, so there's going to be more leverage in the Angels. As far as the Texas side, I don't like bats in this game. I think Seattle is – I'd rather stack Seattle than Texas because of the leverage you get against Gore, but I like Gore. So more pitching in this game, but the leverage on Seattle does make sense.
Yeah, this game is just tough to stack. Man, these lineups are just so bad. What happened to Cal Raleigh this year? Is he even batting 200 yet?
He's having an awful year.
Yeah, poor guy just can't get it done. I don't love either one of these offenses, but I feel like we've said that a bunch tonight. Moving on to the next game, we got the Athletics in Minnesota. Jacob Lopez taking on Zebby Matthews. Once again, two pitchers that are underwhelming, but also, in my opinion, two offenses that are underwhelming. The Twins with Byron Buxton slated to be in the lineup, maybe against Jacob Lopez. But when I look at this Athletics lineup, Matt, I mean, Carlos Cortez, Donovan Walton, Tommy White, your boy, the Law Dog, like Jonah Hill. Who are these people? Like, how do you play those guys? But talk to me about this one, Athletics at the Twins.
Yeah, this is a three-pronger.
My first three-pronger. I love three-prongers. I'm going to sit up out of my seat for this one. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think that you can play almost any pitcher against the Angels right now. Or against the A's, excuse me. Freudian slip probably. But yeah, you can play any pitcher against the A's with how their lineup looks right now without Kurtz. We know Rooker's out for the year. But you can also stack any lineup against Zebby Matthews. So both totally in play here. And I think both Matthews and the A's are probably lower owned than they should because you don't really want to stack the A's. You don't really want to play Zebby. I think both sides are wildly in play. And then the Twins against Lopez are also in play today. I mean, I've always kind of been for a year. He's only been around for like a little over a year. I've liked Jacob Lopez's stuff, but he's a guy that gives up power. So the Twins are in play here. I think they're probably going to end up being, depending on how their lineup shakes out, one of the higher-owned teams on this slate, but I'm not really worried about ownership. So I think you can go in on the Twins. They're a top-tier stack for me tonight.
You worried about any lefty for the Twins, or that you're okay with that against Jacob?
I mean, any lefties that are in there aren't going to get pitch hit for, so I like that. Is their lineup out?
That's true. I haven't seen it yet. This is the projected lineup.
Yeah, it's out.
It is out. Okay.
I don't even know if they have any lefties in there.
Let me update it.
I don't think they do.
Oh, there's no lefties in there. Is Byron Buxton leading off?
No, he's in second. Austin Martin is leading off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, so what that tells me, though, is there will be a lot of pinch hit, especially if Trevor Larnach's not in there. Cody Clemens, I don't think he's a switch hitter. Doesn't look like he's in there. So
Austin Martin, who I like, is pretty guaranteed to get pinch hit for later in this game if it's a close game.
Yeah, three-pronger, I like that, man. That A's stack, is the A's lineup out? It's a tough stack right now, in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, it's really hard to go in on the A's here. It is Sammy Matthews, though, so I get it.
That's true. All right, maybe we'll like a couple teams in this game. You got the Reds, got the Cardinals. You got Rhett Lauder on the hill, Dustin May, not to be confused with Dusty May. On the hill, Dustin May, I would say up and down this year. Ellie De La Cruz was hot there for a minute. JJ Bleday was good earlier in the season. Spencer Steer doubled on the other night in Colorado. This Cardinals team at home, I love playing the Cardinals team at home. They're looking good on our stuff as well. Jordan Walker batting second tonight. They've lowered Ivan Herrera down to the 4-hole here recently. But talk to me about this game, Reds at the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think you can play either side of this game. I mean, Rhett Lauder is just not good. So you look at his last outing, got absolutely lit up. That's a consistent theme for Rhett Lauder. So the Cardinals, full stacking them. Definitely in play here. I mean, they look like one of the better stacks on the board. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And then the Reds, I like picking on May. So I could get in on the Reds, but I don't like them as much as the Cardinals. And quite frankly, even though I like the Cardinals here, I don't like them as much as some of the other teams we've talked about. So I like this game for offense. I'm not using pitching, but I don't know if I love it, I guess is the best way to put it. The Cardinal side would be by far my favorite.
We're showing the Cardinals and the Reds both with super low ownership. Do you agree with that? Or where do you think they come in terms of ownership?
I'm kind of surprised that the Cardinals aren't projected to be higher owned. Is there?
It's probably due to price, don't you think?
Maybe. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, this Rhett Lauder guy's not any good, but who knows? I mean, I feel like we've flown through these games. Do us a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton over here. We got one game left, and we'll give you our top stacks, top arms, and our home run calls of the day. Got the Angels. You mentioned them earlier. You didn't mean to. What does that mean? Taking on the Giants, Logan Webb at home against the Angels in this ballpark where baseballs go to die at night. Logan Webb, we got him at 17% ownership across the board. I think it's much higher than that. You probably do too. Taking on Grayson Rodriguez, I'm going to be honest with you, Matt, at $5,800 in this ballpark. I know he's been bad this year, but I don't hate Grayson Rodriguez at $5,800. Talk to me at this game, Angels at the Giants.
This is a perfect ending of the slate. You would like Grayson Rodriguez here. I like the Giants a lot. I mean, I don't care where they're playing. Give me an offense against Grayson Rodriguez, who has been one of the worst pitchers in baseball when he's pitched. He has one decent start this year. Came on a day slate against Detroit. Good for him.
Make it two.
Listen, your point about that he's 5,800 and in this ballpark puts him in play. Because the pitching
I'm not saying it's Chris Sale.
I get it. I understand why you'd play him at 5,800 in this park, but he's been atrocious. I like this Giants lineup. I'm in on the Giants here more than I'm in on Rodriguez. And then I'm in on Webb. But that 17% ownership is just off. It's going to be,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's going to be 50% owned personally.
Single entry, he'll definitely be 50% on both sites. 3 max, maybe not quite that high, but he'll be highly owned, maybe even higher. I don't know. Where do you think he's going to come in and say a 3 max?
50.
Single entry?
60.
Maybe a little higher. Yeah. Giants, Braves, Orioles will not be on the winner tonight. You can mark that down. 5-man stack. There, you just won't find any. You taking that bet?
Man, I would have been with you if you hadn't included the Giants in there. So no, I'm not gonna. I mean, I think that there's, I'm not gonna say it's likely that one of those teams in the winners, but I would not proclaim that they won't be.
All right. Well, we'll see at the end of the night. Give me your top 3 stacks on the board tonight.
Give me man. There's some good ones, no doubt. I like the White Sox. I like the Marlins. I like we'll go White Sox and Marlins, Blue Jays.
Oh, gosh. White Sox.
I mean, I'll say White Sox, Marlins, Giants if you'd rather.
Just so gross. I'm going to throw the Blue Jays in there. Blue Jays won't be on the winner either. They have no chance. No chance. That's what they've got. I mean, they got a chance. They're playing, but they got no chance.
You have too much personal bias for daily fantasy. Keyword daily. But I get it. Like, I know, I don't know. G. Rison doesn't like to play cold teams, which I get, but I feel like sometimes there's no rhyme or reason.
They don't like to play. He doesn't like to play what teams?
Like teams that are coming in cold.
It has nothing to do with that. They don't have the firepower to put up enough points to win a daily fantasy slate.
Yeah, I mean,
you disagree, which is okay, but
I do disagree.
There's 4 teams. All right, you gave me your 3 best stacks. Give me your 3 best arms.
We got to go Logan Webb. We'll go Mackenzie Gore. And we'll finish it off with, I like Trey Savage here. Give me a Savage.
Yeah, and your boy Michael Peterson, like no Dodgers. You like the Giants over the Dodgers?
Well, when you asked me my top 3 favorite stacks, did I say the Dodgers?
No.
Did I said the Giants were my 4th. So yeah, I do like the Giants more.
All right.
Ownership, price tag considered,
Yeah.
If you're going to ask me who I think is going to score more points, it's going to be the Dodgers, but that's going to be the Dodgers like every single night, All
right. Everybody's favorite portion of the show. And let me take you back 7 days ago when we did this same segment, Matt. Ryan Jeffers, home run call of the day. What did he do in his first at-bat in the Windy City? Ding dong, the ball is dead. 3-run homer, Ryan Jeffers. You can put it on the board. Yes. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but Ryan Jeffers was the home run call of the day 7 days ago. Can we replay that back to back? Give me your home run call of the day.
I'm going to go to a team you hate, but I love them tonight. Against the lefty in the 3-hole, Kaz Akamoto going yard.
Kaz Akamoto. All right. I don't hate that. I'm actually going to cheat tonight. Like this. Well, I'm going to cheat. Then I'm going to give you one that maybe is not cheating because I can't give you Junior Caminero as my home run call of the day. That's just like, duh. Like that's going to happen. No doubt about it. But I'm going to give you my home run call of the day. I'm going to go to the STL, my boy Alec Burleson. Some guy named Rhett Lauder. He'll take him yard as well. I give you 2 for the price of 1 tonight. Those home run calls of the day. Good luck in those contests. Appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button for us. That'll do it. That'll get us out of here. Matt, have a good weekend. Everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next Monday. Just ship it.